So for 6.3 here, it's an investigation, and I'm not too sure how I want to tackle this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a video here on how to do the graph for the first equation. That first equation being y is equal to 2x plus 3. And then you need to follow all of those same steps for all of the rest of the graphs or the equations listed here for both sets. For this first set, you're going to be graphing this on one graph, on one grid. For the second set, you'll be graphing this on a second grid, and then you'll be comparing those graphs. Okay? So let's go to the end page for investigation 6.3.1, this one here, which is towards the end of your booklet, and I will walk you through doing y is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll all the way to the bottom here. Somewhere is a grid for 6.3. There it is, 6.3 workspace. Y is equal to 2x plus 3 was the one I was going to work through for you. So y is equal to 2x plus 3. That's my equation. I need to create a table of values, x, y, and make sure that when you're doing your table of values, you choose enough points that are going to give you enough of a representation of a line. I tend to always choose -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. It gives me both some positive and negative points to look at, as well as 0, which is a nice easy calculation. From here, I simply go, well, if my equation is y is equal to 2x plus 3, I substitute this x value in. I get 2 times -2 plus 3. Well, 2 times -2 is -4 plus 3, and -4 plus 3 is equal to -1. -1. Well, I'm going to change that color. This now is my coordinate point. I would plot this point on my grid. Whoops, I wrote 2, but it should be 1. -2, -1. So I go to my grid, I go to -2, I go to -1. There's my first point. And I continually do that work for each of these coordinate points, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So if it's -1, I'm going to say, well, if y is equal to 2 times -1 plus 3, which is equal to -2 plus 3, which is equal to 1, this becomes a 1. I plot that point, -1 and 1. There's my point. I do 0. Y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 3, which is equal to 0 plus 3, which is equal to 3. This becomes 3. Plot that point. 0, 3. There's my point. And I'll do these two real quick and then plot them both at the same time. If y is equal to 2 times 1 plus 3, well, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And then, of course, so that's this one. 5. And then my last one, y is equal to 2 times 2 plus 3, which is equal to 4, plus 3, which is equal to 7. 7 goes here. So 1, 5, and 2, 7 are my two other points I plot. 1, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 7. There is my line, or there's my relationship for that equation, and I go there. Now, as best you can, you draw a line. Yours would be a little bit more accurate than mine. That was a first stab at it. I might fix that before I represent any of this information. So there is y is equal to 2x plus 3 done for you for the work for this investigation. You need to do similar steps here, all of these steps here, to get yourself an equation so that you can plot a line on this grid for the remaining 6 equations that are listed there. Once you've completed that, you do the same for the other set of equations on the second grid below here, way down here. Lots of space to do your work. Once you've done that, well, then you can answer the questions that are noted there. Number 2 being compare the graphs in each set. How are they the same? How are they different? Number 3, determine the slope of each line. Number 4, compare each slope with the corresponding equation. What do you notice? And number 5, what do you notice about the y-intercept? In the next video for 6.3, which I'm not going to post until probably after class when we've talked about this, then I'll post that and you can see what it's all supposed to look like. And then you've got the assignment questions, page 356, 1 to 7 that follow.